Светим паспортами, на концерты сами. Билеты, вокзалы, девчата с пацанами. Мы днями и ночами об этом мечтали. Вы видели глазами, как мы залетаем. Я как будто пьяный, не говорите маме. Мама не поверит, как это часами. Тысячи красивых, радостных, счастливых. Все как одно целое, прыгают в отрыве. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда, я и моя банда. И похожего нам не найти. У прохожего давай спроси, это секта или инстинкт? Все подсели на концертный движ. Тебе стоит всего раз войти и почувствуешь один мотив, что ничего плохого в этот миг просто не может произойти. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда, я и моя банда. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. На киевском Динамо я и моя банда музыку любила, сердце отдавала. Если бы мне дали шанс прожить эту жизнь еще раз, я бы ни за что его не променял на этот движ без вас.
And welcome back, everyone. We will now start with the Mappool showcase. I have swapped out the commentator. Instead of Rick Solve, I now have Eta Karina on my side.
Hello, hello. It is I. I'm shoutcasting this, by the way. I didn't look at the pool.
Let's go. Anyways, we can do it. Some of those maps are pretty known, I would say. We will begin
I
with
saw, yeah.
Nomad 1, which is probably a song or a map that probably most people already played, and it is Caramel Heaven. Insane diff.
Yeah, I'd say most people should know this map. This is, I'd say, a very standard Nomad 1 pick.
And for some reason the approach rate is not showing up on the laser thing right now, which is weird, so I will just have to read that from the Mappool sheet. Yeah, 194 BPM Nomad 1, 3 minute 30 drain time, CS4 AR9 OD 7.5, so the OD is 0.5 lower than what you would normally see here. But for that the map is also kinda bursty.
Yeah, the song kinda has it about itself.
What else is there to say about this? It's a Nomad 1.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to get picked a lot.
I mean, it depends. I think if like a team, you know, has some fair confidence on it, this might be a pretty safe thing to pick, actually.
I know one cool thing about this Nomad 1 compared to like more standard Nomad 1s is because it's more bursty and less aimy.
That's true.
It's probably easier to get consistent on this than some other Nomad 1s. Also, it's a banger, so if you're going for banger picks over comfort picks, we will probably see this.
I mean, it's really the only way you actually pick maps in tournaments, right?
Banger over confidence, that is true.
So true.
Also, really nice accuracy we're seeing from the replayer here.
Yeah, we're still holding the SS.
I think it will stay in SS as well. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Well, yeah, and I spoiled it. This map is always just incredibly consistent difficulty-wise, I'd say. Like, the spikes aren't really all that difficult, I'd say.
We'll just sit through this and just wait until it's over, cause that's basically the map.
Oh no. God damn it.
Rumi, why did you have to do this? Try not to draw Among Us challenge. Impossible. Real.
We didn't see that.
Anyways, standard map done. We will now move on to Norma 2, which is Split X by Ardolf. It's definitely less jumpy and probably also stream lengthwise not as long as the last one. It's 170 BPM, it's 3 minutes and 2 seconds long. CS 3.5, approach rate of 9, OD of 7.5.
The way you described it makes it seem like it's very much a consistency pick as well.
It is very consistent in difficulty, yes.
Yeah.
And I think there's only 2 like actual streams in this. The rest is like those like 5-note burst thingies with bus sliders in between.
That almost makes it sound like less of a standard Noma 2 pick and more like a Noma 1.2.
It is, but also at the same, like it is kind of hard to find actual stream maps in the star range that we're looking at right here.
That is true.
Because that is a 4.6 star pool.
Well, I might bring your attention to long stream maps, 150 BPM death stream.
I would assume that people probably don't want to stream 150 BPM in a circle for 2 minutes on a tournament match.
Hey, that's a square.
Or square, yeah. Makes it slightly more interesting, but still pretty bad.
It's riveting gameplay, what are you talking about? I'd still almost say that this map is slightly more stamina heavy compared to Nomad 1, even if the BPM is lower, and there's not too many bursts or streams that are particularly long. in there.
I think the longest ones are like 13 or 15 node streams or something like that.
Yeah. But so far it seemed very consistent.
Yeah, that's basically the map.
Yeah.
Going in with some more triples, some more sliders, some more quintuplets.
Those are not quintuplets.
Or however you want to call it. 5 node bursts. Let's just call it 5 node bursts. Bursts. Not birds.
Well, you
bursts.
see, I can't let you call these quintuplets because I'm a musician. I know what they actually are.
Sorry.
Yes.
Anyways, moving on to Norma 3. This week, definitely shorter than what we had in qualifiers. Because this is 2 minutes and 8 seconds of drain time. It's 150 BPM, 4.59 stars. CS4, AR9, OD8.
I think I even know this map. Isn't it more a bit alt heavy?
I mean, it is Norma 3, so yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, but to be fair, Norma 2 subverted my expectations a little bit as well, but given the star range, I guess that's to be expected.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, this is definitely more of a finger control map. Low BPM at 150. Also gotta be careful on those sliders. I feel like if you're not too confident of those,
pretty easy to break on.
Yeah, if you're not too confident of those, then you might get a couple slider breaks.
Potentially
more power to you, Real Snow.
Potentially going to see a couple of dropped slide ends on this one as well.
Yeah, definitely. Also gotta factor in slider accuracy from SCOMI 2.
Slow part in the middle, so the actual hard part of the map is actually even slower, even shorter than the 2 minutes the map is.
Yeah, difficulty definitely picking up a little, but as you said, the map is pretty short, and this part won't last too long. Definitely expecting to see the most breaks happen right about here.
And that's the map. Moving on to Nomad 4, which is an absolute banger. And I'm pretty sure people have seen it. I think it was an OWC, not this div, obviously.
Oh, it's RAMSING.
It's RAMSING. Giga banger. Also, I think it's kind of quiet, so let me just see. Tell me if it's too loud now. But it's RAMSING, so enjoy the higher volume, because it is a banger. Stats-wise, it's 2 minutes 58 seconds of drain time, it's 174 BPM, CS4, AR9, OD is only 7 on this one.
I mean, yeah, the OD is low, but considering the awkward sliders, I think that is a justified way of making it a little bit easier, especially on SCOMI 2. I'm still expecting to see some kind of extra here and there.
The slider aim on this one is not that hard, but at the same time there will probably still be a bunch of dropped slider ends here and there.
This definitely looks like the most uncomfortable map of the normal picks.
Yeah, it kinda is. I mean, I played it. It wasn't too horrible to play, but I just kinda felt like, yeah, just don't pay attention for a second, you might just break on nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Like the way those sliders are shaped and generally the flow of the map, I think makes it fairly easy to have stupid breaks if you don't pay enough attention.
You can see the replay dropping sliders here and there.
Yeah. It's also very consistent, I'd say. In terms of difficulty. Once again, I feel like this is actually a very consistent Nomad 1 pool. Nomad 1 pool. Nomad pool in general. In terms of, you know, consistent difficulty, I'd say Nomad 3 is probably the most inconsistent.
Oh, it's still
difficulty
being
wise.
pretty consistent, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information, Rixo.
What happened?
Well, he just joined, went yeah, and
Ah, I thought I heard noise. That was what that was. Okay, moving on to the hidden pool. Starting with hidden 1. Well, this one was definitely the one consistency map that I struggled most with when I played the pool, but at the same time I am not a hidden player, so I just misread here like literally everything. Yeah, star rating of 4.57, BPM of 177, it's 2 minutes and 38 seconds of drain time. CS4, AiAe is 8.7, OD 7.8. So it's not an AiAe 9 hidden 1, but still it is not that horrible to read.
yeah, I think this map has a fair amount of readability with hidden.
Slow part here, don't forget that.
Yeah,
It's probably gonna get a lot of accuracy from people sight reading this.
yeah, that could catch people off guard. And I think even if you've practiced it, you know, under the pressure of the tournament match, you might just forget about the part and mess it up. That square as well. Just before the chorus ended. Might be a little bit hard to hit as well. I can definitely see some people struggling with this. Like squares on hidden, especially on this kind of AR, can sometimes be a bit difficult.
Me and my bros all age squares. I mean, but the fact that it's a bit more like reading focused due to the approach rate and some of the patterns. The thing that makes up for that is the fact that it is only 2 minutes 38 long,
Yeah, that's true.
which is definitely on the shorter end for hidden ones, I would say. Even hidden 2, which is after this, is longer by 3 seconds, but it is still longer. Now approaching the end of the map.
Yeah, this is definitely just a hidden consistency pick. Like, I feel like If you're comfortable hidden and you're gonna be comfortable in like Nomad 1, you'll probably pick this as well.
If you don't mind the approach rate, that is. Moving
Yeah,
on
that's also
to
true.
a approach rate that is not that comfortable to read for a lot of players. Hidden 2.
It's gonna be the token AR8 pick. Did
What?
they actually play this with touchscreen?
See kawaii. Oh god, this looks horrible.
Oh, this is awful.
Okay, so last
Oh,
week
yeah.
we had a 35% FC on this, on hidden 2, and this week we have a touch device play. Oh god. Okay, I will just look at the stats sheet and read out the stats.
Do that.
4.199 stars, 140 BPM, 2 minutes 41 seconds long, CS4 AiAe OD7. So stats wise it's really standard for hidden 2.
Yeah, I mean the patterns are very simple as well. I
Oh
think
god.
the biggest difficulty. I think that the biggest difficulty here will just be the reading aspect of the map.
True. I mean that's just hidden 2s in this rank range, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at this anymore. Oh god, make it stop.
Well, we're about 2/3 of the way through.
Thank god.
It's so awful.
It is so awful.
The only thing that makes this bearable is the song.
That is true. Drop the SS there. It is almost over, don't worry.
And there goes the FC.
Oh, rip. I can kind of see why. I assume he probably, like since Sika's playing on a Surface tablet, he probably just turned on mouse buttons when tapping and he probably just tapped the entire thing. So those bursts were kind of too much. Anyways, moving on to the Hard Rock mod, starting with Hard Rock 1. Probably also a song in a map that everybody knows. It's AiAe, I think you would pronounce this.
Something like that. Besides say consistency and a little bit of stamina.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, this is a very famously, streamy map, especially in the top dips.
I mean, this one is mainly 5-note bursts. I think
Yeah.
it has one that is a bit longer, but other than that, yeah, 3 or 5-note bursts. Which will definitely mean people not comfortable on Hard Rock will struggle to get decent accuracy on this.
Yeah, this pick is probably very hit or miss with how it is made. Generally, always a good idea to be comfortable in Hard Rock if you want to pick it.
Or just feel like you're better than your opponent on it.
Or that. That's basically
Because we've
the way
definitely
I
seen-
pick Hard Rock all the time.
Because we've definitely seen on the seeding reveal that there's definitely a lot of teams not that comfortable on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Stats wise, by the way, this map is 180 BPM, it's 3 minutes 22 seconds long, CS 5.2, AR 10, OD 9.8. So it's not quite 10 yet, but it's still pretty close. Also, it's 4.53 stars.
It's also fairly lengthy, I'd say, right?
Fairly what?
Lengthy.
I mean, it is 3 minutes 22 seconds.
Yeah. That's actually the second longest map in the pool. Apart from Tiebreaker.
That is correct. But also it is a consistency pick again. So
Yeah.
the only thing that kinda doesn't work with that is the fact that Hidden 1 is a bit shorter. Also DT1 is kinda long. Hard Rock 2 for that is really short though, which we will look into after this one.
Yeah, Hard Rock 2 is very short.
Sorry for that.
You are excused.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, not too much to say about this map anymore, to be honest.
Nope. It's just
I feel like-
consistency, it kinda just goes around in a circle
Yeah.
with the aim.
I feel like if you've seen the first 30 seconds of the map, you'll know about the rest.
And the map is not over, don't fall for it by the way. Once again, the map is not over.
I can definitely like imagine the nerfs getting to the players when this section hits.
I mean, yeah, one thing that I can always recommend you is if there's spinners on a hard rock map and you know that comfortable on hard rock, stop spinning once you completed it and just focus on the next node instead of trying to spin as much as you can.
Yeah, good idea.
Moving on, hard rock 2.
Is that 6.5?
That is 6.5, yes. AR 9.8,
Wonderful.
OD 8.4. So lower OD for a hard rock map. But due to circle size, I can probably still see people struggle with accuracy here. Just because
Yeah,
they
I
are late
think-
on nodes.
Yeah.
Like this 1 minute 55 seconds and BPM is 153. So this map is uncomfortable to play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the just very small circles are gonna mess with you. I mean, obviously, you know, not AR 10 and fairly low OD for a hard rock pick is gonna make it a little bit easier, but just by the fact that the circles are so small, I think there's still gonna be a lot of players that are gonna struggle.
Yep, definitely. And Rixop and Rumi still are fighting once again in chat. I mean, the rhythm in this is a bit more like abnormal.
Yeah, especially in this section.
So if you practice this map, it will definitely pay off. Just because of the rhythm complexity it has on some of the parts. We will now move on to the DT1, which has been repooled today. It is a ReZero song, yay. Yeah, this is 4.72 stars. It's 187.5 BPM, which is definitely low for DT1.
It does have a little bit of finger control in it though.
A little bit, but it's not too horrible. DT2 is definitely worse in that regard. It's 3 minutes 1 second long, CS 3.5, which makes circles a bit easier to hit. I think that's the lowest. Yep, that's the lowest CS in the pool. With nonoc. Approach rate 9.7, OD 8.8. I think it's kinda hard to break on this map, so it's probably going to end up being an accuracy battle.
Possibly, yeah. I'd also say it's a little bit stamina heavy. You do have the occasional bursts, you do have to make sure you hit the doubles properly. I could also see people breaking on those sliders that we just had.
True.
Exactly, like there. I feel like there could be slider breaks.
Okay, so far if you're planning on side reading the pool, try to at least play Hard Rock 2 and DT1 just to learn those patterns, to not just break on them.
Yeah.
But obviously we recommend to play the entire pool and not just a couple of maps.
A little bit of a difficulty spike right here.
Yeah, but also
Nothing
nothing
too
horrible.
crazy. Yeah.
That could be that one could have been a pattern that will just like kill people who are nervous at that point, I think.
Definitely. Overall, still a very consistent pick. Fairly low BPM, especially for a double time map.
That is correct, but
It's very lengthy.
has a higher approach rate, so that's something.
9.7, yeah.
That's something on this map that definitely makes it different from like a nomad one. DT2 though is definitely faster. Because we have a 240 BPM DT2. Star rating of 4.66. Length of 2 minutes 5. CS4 9.7, OD 8.4.
Yeah, I think the only people that are actually gonna pick this are people that are very confident with higher BPM.
I think this was mainly a bit of finger control.
Yeah, but I think what does make it very difficult is the BPM in the end.
A couple, like especially those triples there can probably definitely kill your combo if you're not confident on this BPM.
Yeah. Fairly short though, especially compared to DT1.
That is true. That was probably the hardest pattern in the map.
Yeah. No, it's just the last KI section. That's pretty much the map.
And with that we have finished the double time pool. We will now start with free mod 1. Oh, we have a video for this one. Yeah, the song's called Veil. It's 4.31 stars, 150 BPM. CS without mods is 3.8, approach rate 9, OD 7.5. In this case, we have a hidden hard work replay. Obviously, you will only have to go one mod each. So you don't have to go hidden hard work.
I'd say, but it's not so low in this map. Favors not one mod in particular. I think both hidden and hard work have a fair chance of doing pretty well on a map like this.
Kinda. But at least that's what I felt when I played this. I'm not that confident, like that comfortable on 150 BPM maps. So hidden for me was actually easier on this map, even though hard rock is my preferred mod. But that can probably just be different for anyone.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Especially patterns like these one there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just because if I'm not used to the BPM, I'm just completely over-aiming the entire thing every single time I tried this.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to be a little bit more confident on low BPM if you want to perform well on this map. No question.
It is a banger though.
Yeah. The little, what do you call them? You know, from a slider into a circle with a slider with a little jump, like right there.
Yeah, these ones.
Those are a little bit mean.
Those ones will probably kill most combos here.
Yeah.
And then the remaining combos will probably be killed on those, like, short streams, long bursts, how you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a slight spacing increase here, but once again, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Really consistent again, this map.
It's also pretty long. Third longest map in the pool, again, apart from the tiebreaker. Free mod 2 then.
Free mod 2. And for free mod 2, we actually have a easy hidden replay.
Oh, great.
Which is always nice to see, because most people definitely will not go this, so enjoy it. Stats without mods. 3.82 star map, 176 BPM, 1 minute and 55 seconds long, CS 4.8, AR 8.4, OD 8.2. So it's not...
I don't expect... Oh, go ahead.
It's not quite AR 8 hidden, it's also not quite CS 6.5 hard rock. But it's still pretty close.
I think I would expect more hidden than hard rock plays on this map.
It's 2v2, so both mods have to be picked anyways.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I feel like Hard Rock is a lot harder than Hidden on this map. I mean, of course. Are you allowed to play Hidden or easy?
You are, and the easy multiplier is 1.8 if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
So you are not really getting punished for it if you can read it. So we might actually see a bunch, like everyone who can play easy probably go easy on this one.
Yeah, I think it's more forgiving with easy as well, just by the fact that the default circle size is already 4.8.
I think flashlight only is a bonus. But I might be wrong here. So you can pick it on top, but it does not it does not replace either hidden or artwork. But I might be wrong here. I think Rumi probably has the rules better in mind than me. Oh yes, and also it is 0.9 from the original score, but at the same time the circles get bigger and also the OD gets lowered, so you get better accuracy if you can read it. So it's basically like picking it's basically like going normal on a map. If you can read it, it's always a good thing to go for here, I guess. With a multiplayer
absolutely.
like this.
I mean, if you can play easy on this, I'd say that just getting good accuracy is way easier.
And this was the final free mod and the final normal mod pick. We will now move on to the tiebreaker, which is a ZUTOMAYO song. Star rating of 4.87, so the highest star rating in the pool, but it's the tiebreaker, so that's to be expected. It's 162 BPM. Length of 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So kind of close to the minimum that you would expect a tiebreaker to be.
Yeah.
CS4 AR 9.2 OD8. It's more than, I mean, it's a normal tiebreaker, except for some parts definitely feel a bit alty. Definitely.
Yeah, there's some parts that are a little bit more alty.
But it's not too bad. You can definitely still combo this even if you're not comfortable on alt maps.
Yeah, it might be a little bit awkward though.
It might be awkward, but it's still doable.
I look in chat and the only thing I read is at least Chion isn't British. What are you talking about?
I think he's shooting at Rumi, because Rumi is British.
Oh no.
Are you talking about the map type, or are you talking about the discussion going on in chat right now? Yeah, it is the tiebreaker. I mean, since tiebreaker is always free mods, you can obviously go for comfort mods. In case of the replayer, that comfort mod is definitely hidden, so that's why we have a hidden replay. That doesn't mean that you have to play this map with hidden, though. You can obviously go no mod on this.
Yeah, by the way, these patterns, like circle into the repeating slider, those are a little mean. I would expect some people to break on there. Of course, the QI section a little bit more uncomfortable as well. Fairly slider heavy, I'd say.
Also a bit alty.
Yeah.
but mainly it's just like doubles that you have to hold. The rest is still completely single tappable if you are a single tapper.
Might see some people dropping hack here. Also,
Oh, that burst
was there.
That burst is me. Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple doubles into the sliders might make you draw back as well. And shortly we'll get into the last AiAe here.
I think it picks up a little bit of difficulty again, right?
Yeah. Especially here, you know, the circles at the end of the sliders into a slider fairly quickly. Definitely it's gonna test how well you can alternate and control your fingers as well as, you know, keep your aim in check.
Those sliders there at the end are fortunately at the end because they are kind of like a nerf check. Imagine them being in the middle of the tiebreaker and people would just break on them. Also nice troll miss there at the end.
Thank you.
Short stretch. Well, yeah. That's the pool. We have reached the end of this stream. Wait, let me just... schedules, Mappools and everything are going to be on the sheet, or at least the Mappool's going to be on the sheet soon with the qualify results. For the actual schedules, if I manage to do it today, they will also be there today. If not, they will be there on, like they will be on the sheet tomorrow, I think, probably, hopefully. Always remember schedules on the sheet are just like, they are not the fixed time, so you can always reschedule. That's where the rescheduling channel is for. Other than that, I don't think there is that much else to announce. Other than obviously good luck for your first round of 64 matches.
Yeah, good luck everybody.
And we will now say goodbye and we'll enjoy the rest of this still kind of right outside evening. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was
Bye bye.